Yesterday was one of those days. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Traffic was great. There were no obstacles. Breakfast was Bob's red mill muesli. I had blueberries and strawberries and a little bit of maple syrup and maybe a piece of banana or two. It was a great breakfast. I only had one cup of coffee. I was following doctor's orders. I arrived at the farm. Then the troubles. The head on my tripod was loose. It was getting more loose every time I tried to use it. I didn't have the tools I needed to fix it because I'd taken them out of the car. Someone had rifled through my car a couple of days before, leaving behind my tools. Surprisingly, they also left behind all the change that was in the car, that was in the center console. Not sure why that happened, but I didn't have my tools in the car, so I couldn't fix the tripod. I had to use it as it was. The more I used it, the worse it got. And the wind was so strong I couldn't fly the drone more than a couple of feet off the ground. The battery on my gimbal was dead. Don't know why it happened, but I couldn't use it. I'd set up my iPhone to do a time-lapse of the shadows running across the field towards the barn. Wasn't sure exactly what I was going to get. Then I realized I needed my iPhone because I use it for a remote monitor for the Lumix because I can control the Lumix from the phone. But now I couldn't control the Lumix because the phone was busy. I usually use a lavalier mic connected to a little digital recorder I keep in my pocket so I can get better sound than the mic that's on the camera. The little Rode mic is really nice, but I like to have a secondary sound source. In this case, I knew I'd have a problem because I was near a busy highway which had a lot of truck traffic, and every now and then would have an ambulance or emergency vehicle going towards the hospital, which is nearby. So I hooked up the lavalier and connected it to my little digital recorder, and little did I know, had one bar on battery. So I took the batteries out and reached over to my bag to get the second set of batteries and realized I'd already used them and hadn't replaced them. So I no longer had the capability of recording on my digital recorder backup sound. My day took a little longer than I planned. Every now and then I'd have to stop and go over and check the camera, make sure the sound was okay, make sure it was recording properly. I didn't have a digital recorder to make sure I had a backup. The sound did become a problem when there's a buzzard up there. It's coming looking for me because I'm dead. I'm sorry I got distracted. There's a bald eagle flying around looking for something to eat. Here I stand with camera on tripod doing this. Oh well. Pretty good sized bird. It took a little while longer than I had hoped for the shoot yesterday because I had to keep stopping and go back and checking the microphone, checking the sound on the camera to make sure it was working properly. And it really did become a problem, but the background noise became really difficult. Across the street at the apartment complex, the groundskeepers began using a bunch of leaf blowers, and the noise was just too much. I had to stop, shut down, go off and do some other things where I could come back after they'd stopped. When I finished my shoot, I got in the car, headed off to the library to pick up my library books that had been on reserve. And they'd called and told me they were ready. I had to go through the drive-thru, and I was headed that way. I got interrupted because I became very angry at myself. While I'd been problem solving at the barn, worried about a wobbly tripod, dead batteries, a gimbal that wouldn't work, too much noise from across the street, just a myriad of little things that were distracting and causing me problems, I had missed the city installing the holiday tree in front of City Hall. This is something I shoot every year, not this year, but this is something I shoot every year. Usually ends up with a couple of good pictures out of it. I always enjoy it. Know the guys that get to do it. It's always a fun time, and I'd missed it. I went back today and shot some pictures of what was going on over there. The tree was already up, obviously, but they're starting to put some lights on at the bottom, starting to decorate the planters. And I shot some pictures of that. I'm not sure what I shot there will make my final photo. We're going to have to wait and see. Now, I'll probably go back next couple of days, follow it again, see what's next on the list, see what they're doing. I'll be there when they put the Christmas ball on top of the tree. They don't put a star on top of the tree. It's a city tree, so it's a holiday tree, not a Christmas tree, not a star. It's a holiday globe, not a Christmas tree. And I'll end up at Heritage Park as they decorate that. There's going to be a lot to do between now and Christmas. Shucks, there's a lot to do between now and Thanksgiving. It ain't even Thanksgiving yet. We're talking about Christmas. I guess I'll I guess I'll make it. I'm going to ask, please, if you would subscribe to the channel. It's really easy to do. Just hit the subscribe button somewhere down there. And then hit the bell and select all so you can see when I post some videos to this channel. So you can see what I'm doing with my final photo, because I don't plan on stopping that anytime soon. And then if you'd like, you can leave a comment and then share it with your friends. Both comments are down below, and there's a share button you can put on your Facebook and Twitter and MeWe and Parler and whatever you want to do with it. Just please enjoy yourself. If you like it, let me know. The things you want to know about what I do as a photographer, having made a photograph every day for 16 years, publishing it online at myfinalphoto.com. Leave me a comment, let me know. I'll see what I can do about making some good answers for you. And by the way, I'll be back in a minute.